What's going on, guys? In this series, I'm going to be starting off with $0 in a Chevy Avalanche. I'm going to attempt to make enough money to be able to open up my own custom shop and do restorations. The only problem is that I still live at my dad's house. Will I succeed or will I fail? Stay tuned to find out. And oh man, am I getting a late start on today. Me and my dad decided to spend a very late night last night here in our little garage that we have going on, and I did not get much sleep. Or I slept in too late. I don't exactly remember. But I remember going to sleep around 4 a.m., 5 a.m. The sun was coming up. But we were here working on our derby car, trying to get everything ready for this weekend's derby that's going to be happening over in Iowa. We kind of got it all repainted up. We kind of got hit a couple times at our last derby that we were in. So we had to get things all cleaned up, repainted, and I went through and I rebuilt the carburetor on here. And I think I got it tuned up pretty good, so let's get a good old sound on it and see what it sounds like. Man, I just love how this thing sounds inside our shop. This thing is it just cackles. And I'll give you guys a hint, there's no cam in here. It is a stock 350 Chevy with some headers. Of course, I mean, we got, I wouldn't say stock. It's got some better lifters on it, and it's got some heavy duty valve springs in here. And then we have the headers that are turned up out through the hood, so of course it's got to be loud. But the derby car is not the main attraction of today. I have some things I got to get going on today. But I got to get my dad's car out of the garage. He drives a very ugly, nasty looking Chevy Avalanche, which he lets me use from time to time. So I just kind of claimed it as my own. But we are going to get ourselves backed up here to this trailer, as long as I don't run it all the way through the back of the tailgate. But my dad's been helping me out with trying to get my business going. I've done a couple small work here and there, like I've rebuilt a lawnmower. I built that little pit bike that I have back there that's at our shop, and I built another one for some other person that was here in town. But I think it's about time that I start doing my actual dream and start working on some cars. So my dad has this friend that lives probably about 25 minutes away, and he said that he's got this old car that's sitting out in the trees. He didn't really tell me what it was, didn't give any other descriptive details, but I'm going to assume that it's been sitting out in the trees for a very, very, very long time. So that means it probably doesn't run, probably doesn't drive, probably looks like crap. But since I don't have any money, I'm gonna have to work up a deal with him, and we'll see what he wants for it. So my dad's friend kind of runs this dairy operation that's over here, and he was telling me that it's been sitting in these trees over here behind this hill ever since he's owned this area, and that's been well over 25 years. And so I'm assuming that we're gonna have a car that's either from the 70s, maybe 60s. We'll see what's going on. But I think it's down here over by these trees. Oh yeah, well, it's in a tree actually. It's not by the trees, it's in a tree. I guess let's go take a look at it and see what kind of problems we're dealing with here. First problem I can see is that it's in a tree and I'm going to get stabbed by a bunch of branches, which is not my favorite thing of the day. It's got branches growing inside of it. Look at that. Looks like some of the body lines aren't lining up. It looks like it got dented pretty bad. I mean, the bumper's about ready to fall off. But we got a pretty reasonable gap between here and the back hatch. But it looks like we're dealing with a 1970s Dodge Monaco. I don't know exactly what year, but I'm going to say based off the headlights, I'm going to say it's probably a 1973 and 1974 version. Got the old steel wheels in here. There's even a for sale sign. Let's go down to the farm and we're going to go talk with Jason and see what he wants to come up for with a deal. Well, after striking up a very reasonable deal, I would probably say on my behalf, he told me because I have this nice trailer that I brought with me that he wouldn't want to see me leave without that car on here. So we came to the agreement on, I'm going to say it was his terms. It was definitely his terms. He said that he wants some firewood that'll get him through the winter, and he's going to let me use his chainsaw. And he told me to go out back up by the trees, kind of almost where that car is in that area, and go cut down enough trees to get him some firewood. So I guess, hey, let's get on with that. I think it'd probably be pretty smart for me to cut this tree down here that the car is into, so that way I'm able to get in here and maybe try to get it running to see if I can get it onto the trailer. I just really hope that I can get this tree cut down without hitting it on this car or letting it fall on the car. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Ah, yes, perfect. Just how I wanted it to. Except now it's a little high, so I gotta get all these branches cut off. Go through and get all these branches trimmed off. That way I can see what I'm dealing with here. And then we'll get it kind of cut down to where I can get this thing loaded up on my trailer. It's been a while since I've cut some trees down with my dad, but I'm assuming that I'm gonna want to cut it into about about a 1.5 2 foot chunk. So right about here. And I'll just keep doing this along the course of the entire tree. And I know I need a lot more firewood than this. Like, it took us probably, I think, 6 whole trees to get enough to go through the rest of the winter out at our house. I don't know exactly how much wood this guy goes through in a winter, but I'm gonna go through about the same amount, cut about 6 trees down, and hopefully he kind of is satisfied with that. But so far, that is 1 tree down and 5 more to go. But there we go. We got ourselves all 5 trees cut down, and we got them all strapped up here, loaded up nice on the trailer. I'm gonna get heading down to the farm, drop this wood off, and see if that's enough. And of course, just like I assumed, it was definitely enough trees to make him last through the wintertime. So we're gonna come up over here, and since I got everything all cleared out, this car is now wide out in the open. Let's see if we can get it started up. I don't know if it'll start. We'll see, because it's been sitting here for a long time, but let's try it out. Alright, just like I assumed, no start. Surprised the battery is not dead in it. I think he told me he has a forklift in one of his sheds, so we're going to run over there and go grab it and see how we can get this thing loaded. I think he said it was in the shed. Get the door open here real quick. And what? Nah, what is this thing? This is just a Ford tractor with a pallets on it, pallet forks on here. What is this thing? There's no way I'm gonna be able to load this. You know what? You know what? He said it would work. Let's try it out. Get this thing all fired up, and I guess we're gonna try to get this car loaded. See how well this thing drives out of here. Ford is this way. Only 5 mile an hour. What the heck? Get these forks raised up here a little bit. All right. So since this is a tractor, I wonder. So if I can only go 5 mile an hour backwards, turn my head all the way around. Let's see what happens when I go that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I gotta go faster this way. So we're gonna drive over to where the car's at in the proper way this tractor was meant to drive. I don't have brakes. Just flying down the hill. I don't have brakes. I just passed by the car. I was trying to slow down. And I just realized I didn't have any brakes going on. That was kind of scary there for a little bit. But we'll creep up the hill. I'm gonna see if I can pick it up from the side, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I don't know. It doesn't look like the forks are long enough, but in a perfect world, I should be able to get this thing picked up from the side, loaded on the trailer, and then that should be that easy. The hard way is where I'll park the trailer here in front of the car, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's get underneath here, and I just ran right into the side. Whatever. Oh, snap. Okay. Plan A successfully worked, except for the fact where I just ran into the side of my pickup, but it's only minor dents. See how high this thing can lift this up. It just keeps going. All right. Let's get this thing safely loaded up on the trailer. And then once we get loaded, we're going to get heading back to the shop at my dad's house, and we're going to see what we can break into it to see if we can get it running. Well, it's been about a week, and we got a coat of primer on here. And as you guys can see that most of the dents are all out of here. It looks like it's pretty straight now. Still have the very ugly wheels on here still, but check this out. Come on. There we go. I got it to run. Even drives too. So we'll just pull it off the ramps here real quick to show you guys how well it drives. And then we'll pull it back up on the ramps because I'm not finished yet. There we go. Yeah, after about a week of messing around with it, I had to get a total carb rebuild kit, go through, added new oil, changed filters, did a whole bunch of other work to it. Did a bunch of body work, straightened everything out, got rid of all the dents. And then I decided to sand it down and added a coat of primer on here. And as you can see, I have my screen up so that way I didn't get any overspray on here. But we're going to finish up getting this car painted, and then I'm going to add some better wheels on here, and we're going to see how much money we can get for it when it sells. But we're going to get started on painting the car here since I got my screen up. But when I come back, the car will look a million times different, and you won't be able to recognize it anymore. But there we go. Look at that. That is a spectacular looking car. It looks like it was brand new, just rolled off the line. We went with this new blue color. I don't know why they called it new blue. That's just the color that they had at the body shop that I went to and got this from. But I think I went with a good color. I mean, it just looks good all the way down. The body lines look really amazing. I think this blue just makes the car pop. And we went through and we put some old-fashioned muscle car wheels on here, all chromed out, of course. Polished them up and everything. Got our mirrors all polished. Everything's matching chrome. Everything's just shining. There's not a doubt in my mind that I don't think that this car could go for at least 6 to 7 grand, but we'll have to see what happens. I'm gonna get heading into town with this thing, drive it around a little bit, see how it goes, and maybe just me driving around will get a couple people's attention, and maybe they'll just want to buy it. But with that being said, everybody, if you guys enjoy content like this and you want to see more content like this, please don't forget to smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to Midwest Ag for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!